as my father's, but they do get the job done. Until I've mastered, I've gained a better mastery of my abilities. But I am a pretty decent shot with them. For you, those who've never seen it, it fires a bullet. What's called a bullet. I have 6 of them, and it does great damage at a range. And
and they were in my face.
Just for
perhaps,
a DM point of view, Argos and Ulthros, you can confirm his things, because Ulthros, you know of the dwarven manufacturers, and so do you, Argos, because you use blunderbusses on ships.
Yeah.
And I had those things in my face. What kind of destructive power are we talking about here?
I look out the window. I look out. Are we on a country road or something?
You're on a pathway, and with that note, Chris, you hear some kind of rustle, and you also feel the caravan stop.
Okay, quiet. Draw the pistols. And
I have both hands on each, or I have my hand on my blade that's on my back.
He's the only one that hears this, since he has the highest perception.
right.
Oh, I'm staring directly at his face, seeing his hand on his
this
pistol.
is this is happening in a conversation.
He
I'm
draws-
drawing my pistols,
Okay.
and I'm saying, quiet. Draw your weapons.
I slowly pull my sword out.
I peer out the back I peer out of the back with guns drawn, and I peer out of the back
Alright.
of the thing.
I want you to personally roll a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna do it right here. I've got my perception macro. Bam.
That
Still a
perception roll down.
14. 14.
You
Looks like a
think
15.
you see light reflect off something metallic up in a tree.
Okay, there's something in the trees, guys.
With that, you hear Garth say, you hear a voice, you're assuming it's Garth, it sounds like his, saying, "Ah, you troublesome too." With that statement, you hear someone say, "We see you're wise this time and not drawing that pesky bow. You're smart to do so, sir. You know the toll. And with this bigger caravan I see rocking 2 instead of 1, we're gonna have to double the price."
Can we see forward where Garth was sitting, or only out the back?
Only out the back. The canvas was not slitted with 2.
Huh.
How far away is the second caravan from the first caravan?
It is about 15 feet.
So
if they're
it's
talking
coverable in a turn?
No, they're talking to Garth, so they're talking to the rider of the
Second
wagon that we're
caravan,
in.
yeah.
No, the first
Yes,
caravan.
Garth
Ours
is
went
leading
first.
it with you guys in it. He is
Yep.
talking to the two. Only one. You only hear one, and you have the and you have the knowledge of what Eddie said.
And you said that Eddie noticed this first, correct? As we're in the middle of talking
Yes.
about these things. Okay, so jokingly, my character looks to him as I have my weapons on my hands on my weapons. So we're gonna finally see what these things can do.
Yep. There's one in the tree.
Can you hear anything else?
Nothing.
Am I able to step through, like, to where Garth is? Like, is it slit at all? Or is it just covered, like, whole?
Unless you cut it yourself, kind of gently, there's no way.
I'll work towards getting out the back.
I'll do the same.
I'll look over at Eddie and ask him. So exactly how fast are you?
Why don't we find out? And I jump out of the back.
And I follow behind him as well.
All right.
So,
As soon as Chris, as soon as you jump out, roll an acrobatics check.
Oh! I just thought of something actually too.
All right,
I'm only-
I don't have an acrobatics macro, but my acrobatics are sexy. Hold on. We'll just roll this.
D20
hardcore.
plus whatever your
Yep.
modifier is.
And I'll write a macro for it later.
That's fine.
Plus my modifier is 8. Come on.
That 20!
A natural 20? Oh my god. Okay.
Okay,
this-
you see 2 arrows that you just matrix dodge as you jump gracefully out of this caravan, just awing people. people in awe around you. Even the party seeing this action, it just awes them.
He's
All
the
right.
one.
Immediately reacting to what just happened, I jokingly say, I really can't let him have all the fun, can we? Drawing a single blade from my back, I jump out following behind him. And there's a reason behind it's only being drawn a single blade. And Chris, technically speaking, wouldn't his next attack, like him attacking, wouldn't that count as attack of opportunity? Well, I mean, no, I guess they actually caught him, so never mind.
It's you don't have line of sight of the targets.
Okay.
You didn't see where the arrows were not visibly seen from directions.
Okay.
All you saw was this man jump out of this cart and 2 arrows that he just ninja dodged.
Wow, I guess.
And all of a sudden you hear kind of an amazement. What is this trickery from the voice that you don't recognize? I take it you all are jumping out of this
Yes.
caravan at the same time.
Yes.
With that, you turn around and you see that there are 2 men holding shields and a sword. You do not see anyone else nearby, and with them, you even see them backing away a little bit. The wagon, we'll say, is 20 feet. They're good 10 feet after that, so they're 30 feet.
Oh, perfect.
One of them, the one that hasn't spoken, seems to getting ready to turn and run. As you see that, you see 2 figures from opposite ends of the road jump to the trees and scatter. But the other one, the one that talked, that you assume is talking, the one that's still facing forward, he's still got his shield up and he's stepping back lightly. We will do initiative rolls. 2 of the targets are without of your range, but there are only 2 of them, the 2 in the front, are within your range.
Initiative. Where's my initiative modifier?
Check out that initiative macro. Eddie draws his weapons.
Let's see. Where's my rolls? I've got to remember to use this more often. That's D20. It's a plus.
I like how you can change the color of your die. That's really cool.
You don't have any initiative numbers?
No, you should. Everyone should have an
Yeah, you should.
initiative number. If you look at your character sheet, right next to your portrait to the left,
I
it should
believe.
say init.
Correct me if I'm wrong, real quick. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is a D20 for initiatives, or is it a D10?
Yes,
It's
it is.
D20,
It's a
correct.
D20
Awesome.
plus
I
your
just wanted to
initiative.
make
Yep.
Base
Okay,
is D20 plus dex, and then you can have like feats or traits to enhance it.
Because chat demanded it, we will play the battle music.
I gotta find this again.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, initiatives are 10, 9, 19, and 4.
Oh, hang on 1 second. I've got to get mine in there really fast. I just had to check on one thing. Okay, yep, I have initiative modifier because of my race, so it's a +4. Yay!
Yeah, I
Well,
actually
with
took-
any bet, unless you roll a 1, Cruzette's character will be the first one to go.
No, High goes first.
Do you know how to set
Oh yeah,
that?
that's right. Sorry, woo! High goes first. That's right.
Do you
This
know how
is
to
a
set
different
that?
system.
Do you know how to set that turn order thing?
Wow, terrible
I do
initiative
not.
roll.
Okay, I didn't know how
I
to
think
do it
that's-
either.
I think that's stuff with tokens, and right now you're not using tokens.
Oh,
So,
right.
Ergos, you get to go first with the 19. Then it will go.
Kez,
Kez.
wait, hold on. With the what? What were the rolls? Because mine was
Oh,
kind of low.
never mind. The rolls are 10, 9, 19, 4, and 8.
Okay.
So Ergos goes first, followed by the bandits, then Ulthros, then Eddie, then Kez, then what's your short one for yours, Cruzette?
You got this. You're writing this down, right?
This
See,
is-
this is why I like the turn
Yeah.
order thing because you never have to keep write it down. But initiative
Well,
order.
it's only a one-turn thing. You have to roll initiative every battle round, I believe.
right. You're right. Okay, so you just
For
keep the same.
It's
order.
every encounter.
Every encounter.
Every
For
encounter,
Pathfinder,
not
I
every combat round.
Not in this edition. There are some stipulations where like a new initiative roll is required in the middle of battle. For the most part, they just go the entire battle.
Interesting.
Okay, well, it's situational. It won't be a problem to figure out. So, Argos, you're first.
All right. I see the one who's looks like he's getting ready to run away. I move my 30 feet and confront him and attack him.
All right. Gotta do a quick roll the hit. You will get back attack because this one has his back to you. So.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, you hit him. Roll the damage. Okay, hang on. I gotta do a roll on my side. He falls down, dead as a doorknob.
Wow.
Nice.
Like, your sword just... Yeah, he's downed. Alright.
Great start, man.
I look over there, one
Bandit.
goes,
One
and-
kill.
The bandit, now, the one that's in combat that had his shield drawn, he goes to do an attack. Just have to get a quick thing on his. To you, Argos, since you're next to him. Gotta love these secretive rolls of the DM. Wow, you never know what's gonna happen. But I highly doubt that this is gonna hit. Yeah, it bounces off you're able to deflect his attack with your shield easy, no problem. Okay, now it is, if I am not mistaken, it is Othro's turn. There's only one combatant in this area right now.
If I'm able to, I'm going to move my 20 feet to get on the opposite side of him. So you have Crazy Bob, him, and then me for a flanking position.
Okay.
When I get there, I'll use a free action to say, "We have just downed your friend. Surrender now, and you may still live. May even walk away."
Roll a diplomacy check, please.
Is that diplomacy or intimidation?
Diplomacy, because he's trying to. Are you trying to intimidate or talk him down?
Oh yeah, good point. Because diplomacy is you're trying to use you're trying to be a diplomat. You're trying to convince them with reason. Intimidation is you're trying to threaten them with bodily harm, right? Is that or physical harm? That's kind of the distinction I make.
13 on diplomacy.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Gotta do. He stands firm.
Okay, since he didn't
Doesn't
respond to the statements I said, I'll go ahead and attack him with my long spear.
Roll the
And
hit.
since I'm in a flanking position, that'll be +1 to attack.
Yes. Yes, sir. Ooh.
Nasty
Alright,
skills tonight.
21.
Nasty skills.
Then that should be a 5 because it's +2.
Okay, let me see. Alright, he takes the hit, but he is perfectly still standing strong.
You had your choice.
He kind of gets a little bit nudged back on the attack. So now, going down the order, I believe it is Eddie's turn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Now here's the thing I was kind of wondering, because I know my shot for a single shot with a single pistol. Now to have, the thing is, I can dual wield, but I don't get 2 attacks per round till later.
Yeah.
I was trying to, so we're just gonna keep it single for now, right? Because, and we'll worry about me getting dual wielding more when I'm actually.
The dual wielding is just so you don't have to reload mid-fight. You have 2 pistols and
Great. Okay.
That'll-
Okay. Okay. That's all I was trying. Because I actually at 6th level, that's when I start getting 2 attacks per round. And I think that would be better. It kind of makes sense at 6th level. Now I'm a little bit better at dual-wielding pistols. Because I am a level 1 gunslinger, you know what I mean? So we'll just say for the sake of the combat, I've just got 1 shot right now.
Okay. Do you move within the 20 range to take your attack?
Okay. So I'm within... Yeah, because I need to be within 20 to make my...
Yeah, he is 30 feet away from you right now.
Okay, so I'm going to move within... I'm just going to move up 10. Because how much can I move? Okay, I can still move up to 30 and then make an attack, right?
Yes, you could get point blank in his face if you wanted to.
I want to stay 5 feet away so that he would basically have to close the distance on me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at this point, let me decide what kind of attack. I'm just going to make a point blank shot.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me think. I want to impress my new friends, actually. I changed my mind. Not going to do a point blank shot. I'm going to use one of my special pistol arrow moves that actually costs a grit point. I have 3 grit points a day where I can use a gunslinger move. I'm going to use one right now to use my up close and deadly attack. Okay?
All right.
For everyone who's never seen up close and deadly, and let me link this in the chat for anybody who wants to see. This is actually an art type skill branching off of the Oh, okay. Okay, let's pick up negative two-handed fighting. See, slip zone. Great information. I'm not doing the -4 right now, though. That's crazy. So I'm going to be doing this up close and personal. So let's see. Hits a target with one-handed firearm, is not making a scatter shot. You can spend 1 grit point to deal 1d6 points of extra damage on a hit. If I miss with the attack, I graze the target, dealing half the extra damage anyway. Alright. Precision damage is not... Okay. So, alright, so I just do a regular attack, right?
Yes, you're doing an attack.
Which is going to still be a point-blank shot because I'm in range, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so... Oh. No. 16. I'm not sure if that's if that's a...
You graze him.
Okay. But it's an actual hit, though, so I do get the extra damage still, right?
No. You
miss. That was a miss.
Yeah,
so
it was a miss, so you graze him. So roll 1d6.
Okay, so even if I miss, then I still get half the 1d6, right?
Yeah, so you graze him.
Great, okay. I like how that works. That's kind of cool. Like, so I still do damage even though I don't... It's still pretty badass. Okay, so 5.
Yeah, 1, so...
2. It's a 2.
Yeah, we'll say 2.
Yeah.
Okay, he's still standing firm.
Okay. And I curse. Damn it.
Now it would be
Yep,
Ken's
you got it right. It's Kez.
Kez.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I only at this point have only pulled 1 sword. So what I'm going to do is close the distance on my enemy immediately, rounding Chris the best I possibly can into an attack. You said you're still a little ways away from him, correct?
Yes, I'm about 5 feet away from him.
Okay, so rounding Chris in immediately to make an attack. So I'm actually going to attack with just a single weapon, since I'm actually moving and attacking in the same turn. I can only attack with a single weapon anyway, which makes sense to bring a second weapon out. Just going to roll for a hit then. And based on how well this roll goes, we'll make a split-second decision, and it'll be up to you whether or not it's allowed. Wait, where did my D20 tab go? There it is. Okay. And the roll to hit, since I'm using 1 weapon, is fantastic. Actually, let me see if this still does count for it. Chris, did you look into heirloom weapon specifically at all?
I did, but I'm not using my heirloom weapon at the moment.
Okay, a trait bonus.
Yeah, my heirloom weapon's actually
combat maneuver when using that specific weapon. But what do they mean specifically by combat maneuver? That's my question. Is that going a chance to hit, or... I won't worry about it for right now, so we'll just do the +5 then. Alright, come on, let's see. This is going to basically give us the pacing for the entire campaign. Let's see what happens. Why do you do this to me?
It deflects off his shield perfectly.
What ting?
Now, Miss Cruz. How do you? Okay, I think I know how to say it. Is it Susanna? Okay, Susanna, it's your turn. There is a dead bandit at the feet of your comrades, with one in between 3 of them.
Wait a second.
What do you do?
Okay.
Did this guy get a chance to attack at all yet?
Yes, he was before you guys. Yes, he's gotten his attack.
He missed me.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if he hadn't had a chance to do anything, he'd still be flat-footed, wouldn't he? But no, okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
How would we go about this? Someone do a touch.
You would have to walk up to him, and if you're doing a touch, I would say it gives him an attack of opportunity because you're going by everyone else.
Is it a touch or a range touch?
Range.
Is it a
touch,
normal touch or a range? Does it
I didn't know
specify?
I could do range.
It has to be specific in the spell. There are some spells that do ranged touch attacks.
And this is one of those moments in D&D where you consult the rulebooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The rulebook should always be handy.
This is a normal. This is a normal thing. This is okay. This is why I don't fight with one sword.
Okay.
I always have to have a backup attack.
I'm gonna grab another beer real quick.
Right, so you're doing a touch attack onto him?
Yes, corrosive touch.
Alright, well, first, he will roll to hit you, since you are giving him an attack of opportunity. Let's do lovely stuffs with numbers.
Oh no.
He may not want to make the worst mistake of his life.
What is your AC at?
Cruzettes? Ooh,
Yes.
like,
11.
yeah, low.
Alright, we'll see. Oh!
No!
From sheer will, his sword just goes completely right past you as you come up and roll your attack.
Fuck.
Roll your touch, I guess I would say. Roll to touch him. Roll your hit.
Would you have to roll a touch?
You do. You
For
have
this,
to
yes,
roll
because
it.
it is combat.
They have
What
their
would I do
dex,
for
but they
touch?
don't have their armor. It's a d20.
Any modifier?
Is there a normal touch modifier for
All you
attacks?
should have in that one would be a will save, would it not be?
They have a touch AC besides their normal AC.
All
That's
the
only
ACs.
the.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Oh, my touch AC is terrible.
Um.
God damn it.
Yeah, you need to slash roll 1d20.
Cruzette, you're so good at this.
Fuck off.
Ouch!
God!
In game and out.
So to set the scene, she just miraculously dodges this sword, but her hand just slips by him, and she is now behind him. All right,
Oh, this music does not
repeating
fit
this
what's happening.
process. Argos, it is now your turn.
Okay. So he's significantly surrounded at this point, right?
Yes, he is.
All right.
Yes.
I'm just going to attack him.
All right, roll the hit. You are able to strike your blow true, sir. Roll the damage.
Yes! Yes!
He
Damn! Crazy Bob!
He
Max
just falls to the ground,
That's what I do.
completely lifeless. So, surveying the battlefield, you have 2 dead bandits
Alright,
at your feet.
I have a rope in my pack, and I want to tie up the one that was trying to run away because the cowards always talk first.
Well, they're both dead. They're both.
Well, no, I was gonna go up to the one that tried to run away and stabilize him that round.
As long as I don't have to do it.
Yeah,
I might accidentally kill him.
Let's see.
I don't know how many hit points they have, but they have a chance to stabilize.
The first one you guys hit, he is dead. Dead. Like, he's got a gash in the middle of his chest that spilled his organs out. He's dead. The only one you have a chance of surviving is the one you just killed.
Yeah, I mean, I try to stabilize the other one first, and then I go to this one.
The first one is a no-go. This one, do you have a healing proficiency? Roll a heal proficiency check, please.
Hells, real quick, we've got an interesting dialogue going on in the chat right now as to the weight of revolvers, because we can't seem to find the weight of them in any of these books.
You should. I've found it before.
I'll find it.
You're using pepper boxes, aren't you?
I'm using pepper boxes at the moment. I'm going to find it.
Yeah, it's in equipment.
18 for heal.
You do detect a very, very faint pulse that might deteriorate at any second.
That was to stabilize.
That was to stabilize?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you stabilize him to where you feel a faint pulse. You don't know how long this pulse will last. Do you choose to do anything else for him? Or try to? Garth is sitting there, sitting in the seat, basically only a few feet from you guys, saying, "That was just wow." That's all he can say.
We need to find
There's
the
still
others
more
if
in the
they're around.
trees.
Yeah.
I will say, since Chris did roll a hype check, I'm going to use that hype check still. Chris did notice that at least 2 scurried off into the woods.
Can I?
Okay, guys, we've got
He
two
has
that-
a rough direction, and it seems that there is somewhat of a worn down pathway in that direction.
Okay, guys, there's 2 that went off in the woods. I'm letting you guys know there's a path down there. Do we pursue? I think we should chase them down.
I
They're not
agree.
messing with.
Let
They're not
them go,
messing
they
with this
can cause
caravan
more
anymore.
problems, so let's do it.
Well, I think we've protected this caravan for the day. We could try to track them if anybody's excellent at tracking, or we could try to use one of our sources here.
As a note, it is mid-evening, about 5, you would assume.
So we're losing daylight.
Nighttime falls around 7:30 to 8.
Nighttime. Wonderful.
I don't know.
Just
how
as
you
a
guys-
note, do you, Monkey, do you do anything else to assist because all you have is a faint pulse from him, and it could go either way at this
Well,
point.
stabilize prevents him from dying anymore. But we could be waiting days for him to come back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use one of my charges of channel healing to heal him 1d6 for the day.
All right, do the roll.
He's tied up.
You did tie him up.
I had a rope out. I wanted to tie him up, so I
And
don't know if you gave me time to do that.
Tell you the truth, I don't know how you guys feel about pursuing bandits into the woods as we're losing daylight.
All right, we will say that he is now at a +4 on health. He is still unconscious.
Okay. It might
Do
be
you-
better.
Just a quick thing. Are you allowing Argos to tie him up?
Oh, definitely. If Argus wasn't doing it, I'd be doing it.
Right. Oh, definitely restrain this
He,
dude. I'd
he
throw
is,
him in
he
a...
is now tied up on the ground as of right now.
Okay.
Okay, so at this time, I look over to Eddie, and I see how worried he is about traveling at night. And jokingly, I move back the hair that's in front of my left eye and look at him and say, "Some of us don't have any problem seeing at night."
Who has the best tracking here so we can start getting these guys?
By default, I have trailblazing.
I can see just fine in the dark, but I'm all about the idea of waiting it out and not trying to track down bands in the night.
Well, they have to have a camp too. So if we find them before they find their own camp, that's going to help us.
But we'll be searching, going at a much slower pace, while they'll know exactly where to go, a straight line. So
You guys can see in the dark.
Some of us have abilities to see at night.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
At this time, you notice Garth has gotten down from the caravan, from the wagon, has gone over to his caravan, is coming back toward your guys' direction with what seems to be a coin bag.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a second charge of channel healing on this guy.
All right, roll
I
it.
have 3 total.
Roll over to HP. Oh, okay, yeah. He is up and he is regaining consciousness quickly. See, at first impression, he seems startled. He kind of moves around and notices he is bound and is just sitting with just a straight look, poker face, if you will.
I'll look him in the eye and ask him what death looks like.
He does not answer. And as Garth approaches, he says, "Congratulations, gentlemen. And, milady, you have successfully helped the caravan. We will be departing. Are you accompanying us, or are you going to depart now? What is your plan? I have your payment here in my hand.
Are you going to be leaving and traveling all the way to the next town in this evening? I thought it was a day and a half out. Maybe you would want to camp with us.
We still have plenty of daylight. We still have quite a few hours left to travel. Travel time that we can do. If you want, we could rest here for the night. If we did, we would get to the town at a decent time tomorrow. We could set up camp here if you would want us to.
That is actually up to you. We're actually concerned that there could be more threats out there, and so we're not sure if it's secure. However, if you feel that we have fulfilled your guard duty and would like to continue on, we would not want to keep you from getting to your destination on time.
To be honest, the threat does seem that we have not been confronted beyond this point by any threats. This is normally where we get stopped. And since you clearly took care of at least 2 of them, they will not bother us, at least for us to get to our destination.
At least 2 of them, and they ran off. What do you think the chances are
if
of bringing more?
Eddie made it clear and noted to you all, as far as I know, he has not stated. Did you state that there are 2 that ran off? That you saw 2 figures?
I did.
Okay.
I said there were
Then yes,
2.
you know that there are at least 2 that escaped.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll run this by you guys, and you give me an answer here. My thought process is one of 2 things. Those of us who can actually see in the dark could scout out forward and give chase, or we can play reverse. They sat here waiting for people to come by. We could do the same and wait for them to come back.
I like your plan. I'm hesitant to split the group, though I don't know how I feel about leaving. Well,
I will say in all of my years of fighting bandits, there's one thing I've learned. Actually, let me phrase that 2. 1, they're not very smart, and 2, they're always seeking revenge. If we wait, they're going to return. They may return in greater numbers, but they will return.
You just hear some kind of chuckles from the now bound, conscious bandit.
And I kick back into his chest. Shut up.
He just lets a grunt.
Well,
Some mumbled curses, as you can tell.
If the 2 that ran away are on foot, they'd be hard-pressed to catch the caravan anyway. So we could let them be on their way.
Oh, what I'm thinking is they'll return.
But why would we have the caravan here for them to return to? With possibly more people.
Well,
how many hours away are we from town? We left at 1:30, and it's about 5 o'clock now.
Yes, it's still. You would guess that the caravan would get there about late in the night. It would at least be dark when they got to town if they stayed here right now.
We could just work back to town, take this guy with us, have the guard interrogate him, and then take the caravan out again, see if they try to attack, and go from there. Having us out here, I feel like we're going to be in the dark, and we're going to be in a kind of unfamiliar situation. We might just be laying ourselves into an ambush, and that was my fear.
An ambush of an ambush is a much more powerful thing than you realize.
But they know an estimate of our numbers, so they would come back with more, and they could overwhelm us depending on how big they are. And if they aren't that big, they might just stay away.
You hear from the now conscious guy saying, "Yes, that's right. We will get many, many men to come after you for what you did."
Can I sense motive on that?
You can try. Yeah.
I'm not very good at this.
I might be better.
I actually have a sense motive check as well.
Okay, if you have a sense motive and you want to do one, go ahead and do it.
Actually, what I was going to do...
Quick question, though. What would it be needed to compare to? Or would it just be...
I'll roll mine since I heard him. I want to hear if he's being sarcastic or honest.
Yeah. Basically, we can try and tell if he's lying or bluffing about them having more numbers.
Would this be rolled against anything? I need to know.
It's a DC that you would have to decide.
Oh, already. Anyone else doing a check?
I was going to say an average usually of 10. If it's a pretty big bluff, I mean, it can go up to as high as between 13 and 15. Usually it's about a 10 modifier, usually a 10 roughly. Is a standard you can go off of. But I guess if these two are rolling...
Othros, you can detect that there definitely is not, like, his voice doesn't sound too sure of that answer.
He's bluffing. There aren't any more of them.
Yeah, I would immediately say he's lying.
So
Which he does kind of reveal we could hunt them down.
I turn and lean in close to this guy's face and kind of laugh at him. So what you're saying is your two friends are going to get more friends that don't actually exist to come fight us. I don't think we can fight imaginary people. That's not really a fair fight, don't you think?
His face just kind of seems a bit more nervous and worried.
That shut you up pretty good.
Putting ourselves into their shoes, I'm wondering if they're just going to continue to run. Depending on how late of the fight they actually saw. If they saw both of these two fall and they were confident to put these two in the front, I don't feel like the other two are going to be too up to a fight. And once again, we would have to search wherever they went. My concern is I do want to get this guy back to town. And I don't want to leave him out here.
I think that's the wiser choice right now. What are two worthless bandits? We may not even ever find them, I'm sure. And while hunting them down, I wouldn't even mind taking them as a group. I'm sure Garth could handle himself here, but I think our time is better spent bringing this prisoner back.
And while the town guard is interrogating this individual, we can come back to this spot and locate there. We could even put up a post to make sure that we come back to this spot.
Well,
I will say this as a point of view. You have noticed that the blood from the other body has, of course, stayed in the ground, a pretty noticeable stain.
Okay. Well, my well thought out friends here. I have one question for you. Specifically the dwarf, since you were the one who read over the contract we signed relatively not too long ago. Stipulations of that contract were to seek out all of the bandits, was it not?
Yeah, it was to eradicate the threat, which could be up in the air. We could politically or, kind of roundabout way put it off. This is the guy that was our leader, and the other two fled the scene. We can continue to investigate and then report, or we could claim that the leader has been destroyed and the cell itself would be dissolved.
You know what? We never searched this fool for anything.
With that, Garth interrupts you guys, saying, if it is a matter that you want to stay or want to go back to town, I can leave one of my men here to help you with the carriage. But if you do not mind, we would like to carry on so that we would get to town quicker.
I'd like to send the caravan on the way too.
Yeah, definitely send the caravan, and if it's not in any trouble, we would like one of your guys to come back with us.
Well, that is originally what we planned. He points, someone says, Gerald, you see a guy get down. Help these people with taking this carriage back to the town guard, and with any other needs they may need. With that, he hands you a sack. Here's 1,000 gold to be broken amongst each of you. 250 as we agreed. You can count it if you would like.
I look at who did he hand the sack of gold to?
It would be Eddie, since he's the closest. He's the one that is in the back of the group still.
Okay, I smile and look back at Eddie. Just hold the sack for now. I like to collect on my jobs as I actually finish all of them at once.
He states, if you wanted to get the gold from me, you would have to come to Mawick. We would be there for quite some time. I feel that you have fulfilled our bargain. You have ensured our safety to the point that we needed to be secured, and I feel that you did a great job, that the threat could be eliminated, at least for now, that this point is what we agreed on, that you would assist us until you found the bandits to take care of them. You have one of them alive, that you could do anything, you could interrogate him for anything. I feel that our bargain, at least, has been met, and that I should give you the payment now, before I carry on.
All right, well, a good night's sleep could help out with taking care of the rest of these, but like I said, it's only one job finished and we have one left, and I don't know about the rest of you, but I see mine to the end. So picking up this guy from the ground, say, well, you're a lot heavier than and a lot uglier than I'd imagine. Throwing him into the back of the wagon we have here.
Strength test.
Strength test?
Strength check.
Strength check. What am I rolling against?
You're going to be rolling against his strength because he is struggling.
He's struggling. If I drop him, I'm going to kick him and it's going to kill him. You understand that, right? Like,
Well,
it's probably not
he
a good
does
idea for him to
have-
struggle.
He does have 10 health.
Okay, so he has 10 health now.
Yes, he had 4
Okay,
before, and he was still unconscious. Then he healed him again for 6.
So that thought process,
They,
I'm gonna lean down to him and whisper in his ear. You may not want to move.
Just
If I
a
drop you,
reference,
I can't
the,
control myself from hurting you.
The next time somebody goes from 0 to 1, they come unconscious. They go unconscious at 0 and they die at negative 10. So a pulse of life would be negative 9, getting ready to die, and then 0 would be unconscious, 1 would be conscious.
But yeah,
So then he has 1 health. So yes, he is weak, but he still is struggling a bit.
I was gonna say, I lean down into his ear before I actually pick him up. You may not want to move too much. If I drop you, I may not be able to control where my foot lands.
He lays as stiff as a board to at least make this difficult for him. He doesn't struggle, but he stiffens as much.
Come on, ugly. Am I rolling against him still? Well, what
No,
has he
no,
got?
no.
Okay.
He's not struggling. Wait, you know what? Do an intimidation check.
An
See if you can
intimidation check?
intimidate him to if he believes you. Yes, we'll do that check.
Oh, this is gonna be his life. May be a living hell from messing this one up. Let's see. What is my intimidate check gonna prove for me? I'm a cat, dude. I'm not intimidating in the slightest. Oh, where's my intimidation check? Oh my god, I have an intimidation. What? Thank you, charisma.
What kind of terrain are we in? Is it like a wooded terrain, a tropical, or?
Tropical woods.
Okay. I want to get the body off of the road.
All right, he doesn't struggle against you.
Okay.
I want to get the dead body off of the road and find something to cover it up with. Since I won't have time to dig a hole to put him in, at least get it out of sight from people passing on the road.
Forget his thumbs.
You can take shreds from the cloth since it's no longer needed. Garth doesn't care. He understands you're a holy. You stated, so he understands. He allows you to tear up, and you can place the cloth from the covered wagon onto his body.
Yeah, I just want it out of sight, pretty much.
That's perfectly fine.
That's
There's
just
bushes.
possible.
There's all kinds of things.
Before the caravan leaves, I want to ask Garth a question. I want to ask if he knows where in the area or which direction the ruined tower might be.
Ruined tower, I believe, probably about maybe northeast of the road. Kind of looks in that direction. Says it's very strange, but that worn path, that slightly worn path, it looks like they've traveled that a few times. That may go in that. It looks like it goes in that direction. That might be the best lead I can give you.
We've heard we heard rumor that that's where they're making camp. So,
that little worn path, that leads in the direction that it should be.
It is where
Thank
we
you.
find the bandit
I would
twins.
say to get there, it would take you from this position. He kind of ponders it a little bit, just trying to think of where they are on the path. Maybe hour and a half from here. You couldn't miss it though. It's in a big clearing. As long as you head roughly northeast of this location, you could get it. I would imagine following that path might be your best bet. And with that, if no one else is going to stop him, they'll take their leave. I believe did I say Jared was left behind? We'll say Jared was left behind. Gerald is left behind. Gerald is sitting on the cart waiting.
One thing is, the last thing I'll do before leaving this body is I'll go ahead and take his thumb.
All right, you're able to cut. Do you take both or just one?
I just take one.
All right, you can cut his thumb off. Easy.
And as I walking past Susanna, I jokingly look over at her with this man tied up on my shoulder and look towards her and say, "You hungry? Sure you don't want some? I mean, it's probably not going to have a good time anyway." And just laugh loud at myself.
Quick perception check. I know you probably said this a little bit quietly to her, but quick perception check from the other three.
It wasn't quiet at all. It was to make things really awkward.
Okay, then you all know it. Then you all heard this.
Yeah. I mean, if it's free, turns down free food.
Oh, well, I don't feel so important anymore. And I turn immediately away from her, walking in and throwing this guy in the back, not caring in the slightest about how he lands.
All right, he doesn't get injured, but he knocks over some of the boxes that were still in there. You hear some grunts and some curses.
Shut up, stupid.
More specifically, you hear you bastard cat.
I want, and at this point now, I've heard everything, but I'm starting to realize that there are many things I don't understand on this world, and I'm reserving judgment of Cruzette, blood feeding, of these people. We've got people who can see in the dark. Got this, this
Also,
guy.
keep in mind, though, Chris, you don't know anything about blood feeding, though. Like, the only thing that's been mentioned was calling me calling me food.
And what was just now said is.
And what was just now
are you
said.
hungry?
But see, I've been.
She
suspicious.
could be a cannibal.
I've been suspicious.
Yes, there are. I will say this: in Chris's world, there have been known to be cannibalism, so that might be a reference to that he's making.
Right. But I've already I'm suspicious already of Susanna because of all those comments about having to ride in the cart at night. I'm not making any reference because I don't know what a dampier is, But now I'm starting to see that there's a lot of this is really I'm a fish out of water sort of thing here. So I'm not really going to be making.
May I step in
judgments.
for just a second because I saw this on chat to Free, and I'd rather state it. Free, as of right now, it goes. Ergos is a human. Chris's character is a human. Monkey Overlord Othros is a dwarf. Kronos' character Kez is a catfolk, and without anyone else's knowledge but Kronos, Cruzette's character is a Dampier, which is a half vampire, half human. So there you go. There's the races. Just to clarify, Okay, continue.
Okay, so I just am kind of just milling about, doing what needs to be done in order to make our next move, whether it be securing wagons, securing bodies, cutting off thumbs.
I take it if the general consensus is if you're heading back to town, I mean, you already cut the thumb off, you hit the body. You do have a clear indication mark on the ground because there's blood. If you didn't try to hide the blood, that's a mark for this location. You head back to town. It takes roughly 3 hours. It is 9. You constantly get bitching from the dude in the back, but you make it back to town perfectly fine. What is your next move? Do you head straight to the guard?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the guardhouse that we eventually went to, look for Jonas or the guard on duty.
You enter into the house. Do you all follow? Do you all follow him in, or
Yep.
do some wait by the cart?
I follow. And a real quick question, just about quick housekeeping maintenance sort of thing. How is reloading work out of combat? Are we assuming I'm reloading if I have the rounds? Or do I need
Yes,
to
we are.
Okay, but
The only time reloading is going to be an issue is if you're in combat and you run out. If
Great.
you're not within combat, we will always assume you reloaded during the time.
if I have the rounds, great. Okay,
Yes.
awesome, cool.
So
I follow.
I make sure the cart gets turned back in.
well, you guys are in front of it. You have to go get him. Are you picking up the prisoner, so to speak, and taking him in with you, or are you leaving him in the cart?
I'm escorting him in with me.
Oh,
Okay.
he's walking now. Oh, we'll let him do that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's recovered enough from the 3 hours. He can walk.
What I do here is I have the 1,000. I'm gonna start divvying that out.
The
And
only person you're not paying is Othros. He did not.
I offer I offer Alethros half of my reward, 125. Since we are traveling companions, and I just feel like it's just going to make it easier for us to get around.
I decline. As I said before, my family's well off. This gold is not mine, but yours.
For all the others, mark that you have 250 plus gold. You've got 250 gold on your sheet.
I was kind of curious, because would your character actually take money? Do you find any value in it?
No, she would just give it to you.
Okay, I was going to say then I get 500 gold.
Do you do this like right now? Do you tell him to carry it?
Of course.
I just,
Alright.
you know what? We can just say I hand.
Yeah, you hand it out to
I
everybody.
I give
you give it to those
Chrono
who-
both the 500. Yep.
And Cruzette, can you link your character sheet really quick? I want to check something.
All right, so you're walking in. There's again a different receptionist this time, but they see you walking in with this man, and she goes, "Oh, 1 second," and she scurries off. 3 minutes later, you see Jonas come back in and says, you caught one of the buggers."
Yes, I believe we might have the leader here that we captured, and then I go ahead and I pull out the thumb, and we killed one of his companions as well.
Very nice. Did you happen to see any more? Do we know of more, maybe?
We believe there are more. We're going to return to the place that we fought them and do some scouting the next day. The caravan needed to move on, and we were at a crossroads where we either fight during the evening or return in the early morning, and we decided to go ahead and return this prisoner and return tomorrow.
Fair enough. We can take him and ask him questions if needed. Do you feel that you completed your goal, or are you still wanting to find the others? Do you feel that there's still a threat?
We
Still want to find the
prefer-
others.
Yeah, we would prefer to find the others, and if you could, interrogate this individual over the evening, and we'll stop back in the morning to see if you have any more information.
Fair enough. With that, he comes over to take the prisoner from hands. We do have some magic users on staff that have ways of getting information. That has been one thing that we prided ourselves, that we have a magic user in our midst that can get information, if you know what I mean.
Oh
Are
my
we all
God.
here?
Summon spectral vice?
Are we all actually okay? You said this dude was walking in on his own, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
mean,
then I guess we're not
there's
actually-
there's another guard that can come assist him.
Okay, so then we're not actually going to be there. Who stayed behind at with the caravan that we had there?
Oh, sorry, that was me.
That was just you.
You stayed by the cart.
I made sure it got. Are we turning it in, or are we using the cart to go back to the tower?
As
we're
far
probably gonna
as
turn
far
it
as
in.
it stands, you guys did not bring it up, and he didn't bring up the cart. He's
This will be
almost without
something we
a video.
discussed like beforehand. I'm all about going and letting them have the cart back, unless we did want to lay a trap. But that's really up to the party.
But what I wanted to do
Just
is
for
I wanted to
simplicity-
go back to the tower as soon as possible.
Just for
in the morning.
simplicity, the town guardsman and the prisoner, he's not in the room with you guys anymore. He's down some other hall. He left with the prisoner.
I just think this wagon's to be a liability, and if we return these horses, we have no loss. And we already have information of where they are, and we're going to get information from the town guard.
I agree.
And okay, so who's all around each other right now? You said that Crazy Bob's character stayed behind, along with myself and Susanna. Is that correct?
If that's how it is, I believe, yes, Eddie and Orthros is the only ones that went inside.
Yeah, and during my conversation with Jonas, I did mention that we are going to be returning the wagon. We had talked about that, I guess, earlier, and it's just kind of that jump thing.
Okay. And I guess at this point, I want to kind of, if you guys had anything more that you were going to do with that, I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to cut in a little bit.
No, go ahead. They're inside. We'll go to you guys real quick.
So
There's a
this is
conversation
actually
that takes
a little bit story related. And Crazy Bob, be happy you got to stay because you get to see this. So my character at all times is actually wearing gloves, and he's usually wearing strangely a much longer glove over his left hand and wears a glove on his right hand, just about standard size. I look over at Suzanne and ask her, "Are you okay?"
No, not okay at all.
All right. So I look over at in Crazy Bob again. Your character's name. I have to write everyone's names down actually.
Argos.
Okay, Argus.
Argos.
Thank you. Let me make a note really quick here. Where's my character sheet? Companions. Here we go. Argos. Okay. So, and that's Crazy Bob. So, I look over at Argos as I undo the latch from around my glove and say, "Alright, so don't freak out. Just follow me on this one. Actually, don't even follow me. Just don't worry about what's going to happen next." And I take off my left hand, or I take off the glove from my left hand, and you can see along the inside of my left hand is a lot of scarring, usually from a blade, and some very intricate, what looks to be just small pin marks in my hand itself. and I reach into my back, the pack that I have sitting around the side of my back, and pull out a knife and cut the hand again and kind of just hold it out. This might get a little... don't worry about it. Stage is yours, Grisette.
Susanna knew it was coming. She looked at the left hand and waited, which seemed forever for the glove to be removed. And literally, Argos watched Susanna attack the hand as fiercely as possible, trying to not rip his hand off to drink the blood. Because of all day, she watched all the blood and waited until her snack offered himself to her.
And this is why you never, ever, ever tease women with food. I jokingly say as my arm is almost being ripped off.
Well,
Your reaction.
I nod, I turn around, and I give you your privacy.
As a note for everyone on stream and things, crazy. Bob's character, Argos, is not. He's seen some crazy shit. That not
I'm
everyone
well
else
traveled. I'm a sailor. It's like, oh yeah, I've heard of those guys before. I guess so. All right.
For the stream's purposes, let's just say this: that he has had run-ins with Naga before, even some of the civilized Naga before. He's seen some shit, man.
Crazy Bob's like, hey, I was 16 once too.
Oh, God.
I was a young one.
Obviously not in the same town you were 16 in.
All right, so
I
that's
guess
going
that's right.
on. I would imagine as that's finishing up, all three of you start to hear the doors as Orthoros and Eddie are coming back out.
And about this time,
With
I'm
that,
wrapping
there's
my
also a guard behind them to come take care of the cart.
I cough.
hand. And as they're walking back up, I say, no matter how often that happens, it never hurts any less.
It's because you're cutting yourself.
My
Putting my
snack
glove
would be
back.
used to that by now.
Yeah, used to it. That's a good word for it.
All right. It is 9 o'clock at night. It is dark. The only light is from lanterns in the city. The guard takes the cart away. You are now standing in front of the courthouse, I guess we're just going to call it. What does the party do now?
So what time is it?
It is 9 o'clock at night.
I need a drink.
We should plan here, because if we give them too much daylight tomorrow to get out of that tower, then we could lose them.
It's a good idea. As early as possible is when I'm wanting to go over there.
Agreed.
So when
Also, as a note of this time, 4 of you start to hear your stomachs making noises.
Well, I mean, next recommendation is to return to the inn that we all met at. Felt like all of us had
And
either rooms
anybody,
there.
I'm going to say this, anybody that has played South Park, the inn you guys came from was the Giggling Donkey.
Beautiful.
And it does have rooms. The only person that I believe would have a room, if he says it now, would be Argos.
Yeah, I do have a room there. I've been staying in the town for a couple of weeks, so I would have a room.
Is the general consensus of parties going to the Giggling Donkey?
We need to eat. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, one of
get
those
some
grumblings
meals,
was probably mine.
get some beers, and head out in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
In case we do split up, I want to set a time. Like, we all agree on a time to meet and go back to the tower.
And I will say this: first crack of daylight comes about the turn of 6 a.m. Not 6 a.m. on the dot, but just about there.
Do we want to travel during the late night? Get
I
up?
think it would be smart to start our travel during late night.
We have individuals who will be able to guide us, so
Right.
it's not a bad move.
So,
And if I'm
5?
guiding, I need food. Lots.
Yeah. Well, 5 would put us there at 8, and so they would have 2 hours of daylight to the point that we were at. And that's not including another hour to the tower. So we're looking at about 4 hours to the tower.
okay. Then maybe we should leave earlier.
5. You were traveling a bit faster with the carts. it would be 5 as your estimate. Sorry.
Just long enough to get food in them before they have to fight. I find that to be fair.
All right,
Anybody?
go ahead.
If anybody is like needing a full night's rest.
I think you'd be the one who would need the most rest.
Nope. I only need an hour.
Oh,
You need 8
Well-
hours of full rest and then an hour of meditation.
Well, my character, as everyone is talking in circles about who needs rest and who needs what, I stumble backwards and another grumble comes out very loudly. Guys, if I don't get food, I'm gonna pass out. I'm dead serious. We really need to get going.
Yeah, we're walking. We keep walking.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah, we're just walking while we're talking.
And,
All right.
we can discuss our plans for tomorrow over the meal.
Stumbling.
You guys are approaching the Giggling Donkey. As you enter, it looks just like you guys entered in. A few patrons at the bar, barmaids around, bartender. Argos, you do happen to notice Jonas is still sitting at the bar.
Does he ever leave?
He has a room just with you, like you do. He has a room here. But okay, there's the scene. If you get food and drink, we'll say shell out a gold for food, drink, for the room as well for the night. Argos, you do not have to shell out the money for the food, the room. Just do, I guess, 5 silver for food and drink, because you probably drank quite a bit.
I'll just knock the one off.
all right, and I'm gonna cover Alethros.
I'm going to immediately look and turn to Susanna as I grab the money from my pouch. This is coming out of your half, and I'm
That's
getting
okay.
extra.
I don't need anyway.
Do you all sit together? That is the question.
Sure.
I sit
would
the closest
encourage
place
it,
I
so-
can find to food.
Yeah.
I would encourage it so we could talk about what we do tomorrow.
All right, you guys have food. You have drink. Socialize some more if you want to socialize.
I'm ordering more than the standard person at this point. This is
All
another
right,
thing you're going to learn about
then-
my character, is that he eats a substantial amount due to his current
What
situation.
would you feel that would be necessary for you?
I'll
Because the
be
gold
honest,
is for the room and the food right now. As of
How much is just food?
We'll say 3 silver for just the food.
Okay, I spent 9 silver.
Alrighty.
9 silver. Just give me a whole bag of sugar now. Please.
This
And
character
mind
is
you,
going
for
Goku
this-
levels of food right now.
Also, for the stream's purposes, so everyone knows, I am not looking these up. I'm just throwing numbers because I don't want to look up all this crap.
No,
there's
no,
so
never,
much crap.
never look this stuff up. Those charts are
Should
just
we,
guidelines and stuff. Yeah, don't look.
Yeah,
at
I'm just gonna
we,
throw numbers.
A lot of people just use like the 1 gold for room and board. Just keep repeating that.
You're the DM. You can print your own money here. Like, do what
Please,
you
God.
want.
It
Well, I mean-
rains platinum, guys.
Hells, I'll let you decide on this one. Should we actually explain what just happened not too long ago with my character and Susanna, since at this point now it's been like shown to the actual like group?
The only person that knows it is Argus. The other
I'm not going to say
I'm not
anything if you
saying-
don't want to say
Well,
anything.
no, I'm not saying like in character. I'm saying outside of character, so they understand what the hell just actually happened.
Out of character? Sure.
Yes.
Go ahead. Out of character if you want to.
So, Cruzette, did you
Especially
want to
for the
explain about your
streams.
character, or did you want me to explain about it?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Cruzette's character is
No,
a dancer.
no, wait. Cruzette, you haven't been speaking a lot. You need to do it.
That is true.
Damn it.
You.
We're not pulling a Lady Tamriel on my first night. You're going to speak.
Fine. Pretty much what happens is every other day she actually has to eat, and she will not eat regular human food. She refuses to be nourished that way. So instead, whenever she would have food, she would always give it to Chrono's character. And if there's a lot of fighting that happens that day, such as what happened, she would be very demanding and very sketchy. And if it gets too much, she will flip out and you won't have fun.
Which is why she attacked my arm like it was a rabid dog. Anyway, not drawbacks, but the side effects to this is anytime that she does feed my character, of course, for losing so much blood, he is extremely famished, usually very tired, has to eat a large amount of food. Not only what he normally eats and her portion, but usually extras there as well. And really isn't too good for much else if something like this does happen. At least for that day, that night.
Okay, I want to reference this real quick. Nobody's going to be trying to get lucky tonight, are they?
I got my drink. I'm
I
satisfied.
can barely stand.
I'm throwing.
My left arm is probably withered to that of a bone.
I'm just asking.
I'm working tomorrow, so
Yeah, we've got plans. I got work tomorrow.
All right, so if you guys socialize or anything, are you going to socialize?
I'm going to. You know what? I'm going. We got work in the morning. I'm gonna eat. Once we've got our plan nailed out, I'm gonna get as much sleep as possible.
I'm at this point
before we
starting
have to
to
leave,
walk
because
things
I'm guessing we're leaving approximately 4 a.m. or something like that.
Actually, because we don't have the cart, it should probably be earlier now.
You see, so I'm gonna get what little rest I can. Just because, you know, it's been an eventful day. You know, I just did the craziest double arrow dodge of my life. It's never gonna happen again.
I almost wish someone in chat would have been able to post like a GIF of that happening.
Grasimiku, make a video right now.
Okay, so I looked it up. Hell's only arcane spellcasters require the full 8 hours. I only require an hour. But anybody who doesn't get 6 hours of rest is subject to fatigue. So I would recommend.
It is 9:30ish right now.
Right, I was
I'm
gonna recommend to the
fascinated.
party that we just take about 7 hours rest. Enough for me to pretty much get my stuff back and then set out in the day. So I would probably head up to bed at 10 at the top of the hour, and then I would be up at.
So you want to be the earliest one up.
It's whoever wants to get up. I'm thinking of my time so I can give people a reference. If I'm going 7 hours to 5, I would get up at 5 a.m. And I would be ready at 5 a.m. so we could leave at 5.
Technically,
5.
unless you get up at 4, you'd be ready at 6 a.m. Unless you can do.
Well,
your
that's
prayers
what I
at-
meant, is that I would be ready at 5 a.m. if I went to bed at 10, because that's 7 hours. I would sleep for 6,
All right.
meditate for 1.
Do you need to meditate to get back your channeling ability? Because that's all you
No,
use,
but it's for
right?
my spells,
spells.
and I might change my spells.
For him
I
to change
have-
his spells and memorize new spells, he has to do. If he does the same, he doesn't have to do the memorization. But if he does want to get new ones, then he has to. And Cruzette never has to memorize spells because she can just whip open a book.
So let's just plan on leaving around 5. We would arrive at the tower around 10.
So up at 4 then. Interesting. I'll get up at 3:30.
All right. So as the general consensus, everyone eventually falls asleep.
At the table, mind you.
Oh, okay, whatever. You did pay for a room, but if you fall asleep, it happens. All right. So
Probably
you
wasn't
guys-
gonna use the room. I would have sat outside.
I
you guys-
picture you curling up by the fireplace.
Unorthodox cat person. Completely unorthodox cat person. If anything else, I'm sitting by the fire.
One quick
Ball
note,
yarn.
Cruzette. One quick note. Does your character ever need to sleep? I don't know if that's a thing.
Whose character? Mine?
That's the thing. Let me
Or,
check.
Crizette's.
Crizette's. I don't know if her character needs sleep, but I know the room itself. I'm leave to her usually. I'm usually. The one
I'm just
sitting outside.
noting because I don't know if Dampier would need to sleep since they're. I mean, I think they would since they are.
Chat, go
having-
find the answer.
Yes,
Chat always
chat,
knows the
chat.
answer.
Spam it. Go crazy.
Chat always knows the answer. This is
Chat's
what
on a delay, though.
Chat is on
Yeah.
a delay. We'll find out in about 5 minutes. It'll be fine.
Between like we've got some brilliant D&D minds in here. Fire Warrior knows his shit. Slip
Well,
Zone knows his
We'll
shit.
just say with the general consensus, if anyone specifically wants to say that they wake up first, but if not, we'll just have it to where Othros it wakes up first since he has to do his preparation if he wants to memorize new spells.
Yeah.
But the general consensus is it's between 5 and 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Sun's not quite out, but there is a blue haze as the sun is coming up.
I was say my character gets up relatively early, passing by getting up about 3:30 in the morning, passing by all the rooms, going outside to kind of a solo spot. There he's working out again, practicing his skills, practicing martial abilities. It's one of the few times he'll ever actually draw his second sword that if anyone is actually awake would actually see. I assume no one is awake at that time.
They could be awake, but not outside because you're doing this outside.
Okay. So yeah.
Actually, if you want, because let's go to the map real quick.
Cool.
And we will reference. I said you guys are at this one, correct?
Yes.
Right. And
All
how
right.
do I ping things again?
You hold it down,
Okay, so I guess for
and the doorway, to clarify, is right here at the very front. facing
okay,
the road.
so I would walk out, turning immediately right, and would actually walk a good ways away from the building itself, roughly about here, to go to kind of a solo-ish spot to actually train for for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Ping it again,
before we
real
take
quick.
off.
Sorry, I was reading.
Sure. Well, I mean, it'd be. I don't want it to be too close to where everyone's at, so I was thinking out here, but I'm not sure about how much space there really is.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it could be just
that's-
behind the
there's
actual one as well.
There's perfect enough space. You could walk down
Okay.
there. There's
Okay,
trees
so-
occasionally too. So
Okay, so he'd be right about out there. Then not sparring, but it's just kind of like practicing marshaling or honing his martial ability on his own.
okay. Alrighty, we'll wait for Mr. Bob to get back real quick. General consensus is Othra, so you did your prayers. I believe you guys are gonna get food before you leave? Breakfast?
Yep.
Maybe quick, just something. You guys, to note, you guys have not used any of the rations that you have on your person.
Right.
You have not
right.
used any.
Um,
And for chat purpose, and for everyone that might not know, for this purpose, a trail ration, one of them, will equal 2 days.
What I'm getting is they assume that a Dampier requires the same
Okay.
amount of sleep as a human,
So you had to sleep.
which
I
would
know.
make sense as to why I would stay outside of the room and probably get up order.
All right, Mr. Bob, you're back. Well, hang on, he needs to get his stuff on.
Bob!
All right, Bob, you're back. Basic consensus is everyone's waking up. Chrono went off and did his thing. If you heard it, he's off doing his thing. You're all waking up. Now, there you go. You're waking up.
I guess at this time, what time would everyone be getting up?
Between 5 and 6.
Okay, I'm downstairs at this point, scarfing food down, stuffing my
Yeah.
face.
At 5, I'm done with my prayers, and I am eating.
At 5, I'm ready and out the door.
5, I've still got something in my mouth as I'm walking out the door, trying to guzzle down the last bit of my drink.
Cruzette?
Just prepping up, getting ready to. Because how are we heading out there next time? Are we taking this on foot, or what? Like we don't have horses or anything, right? Are we taking a cart?
No, you do not have horses as of right now.
We plan to go on
And-
foot.
And the cart was turned in.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I'm just getting my stuff together, and getting ready to hit the road, making sure my guns are, like my daily ritual is going to just be cleaning them and going through all that sort of deal, and then and that's it.
All right, Cruzette, what about you?
Got up at 5, enjoying the last hour of night because daylight sucks. Carrying a biscuit for Chrono because he likes to eat everything.
Food is important for this character.
All right, as you all are stepping out, you see, just as a note, a beautiful sunrise off in the horizon. Just a beautiful sunrise. Possibly an omen of good things to come. You don't know. With that said, you see a town guard. You see a town guard approaching you, saying, you guys have not departed yet. I have a letter here of information that we were able to get out of the bandit capture that the Captain Guard wanted me to give you guys. With that, he hands whoever's closest the letter. Whoever happens to be closest. You got a parchment.
Bob, it's
All
all
right.
you, man.
And he heads off. I assume you open it. Do you read it to the group? Read it to
I open
yourself?
it and read it to everyone who's there.
All right. In the letter, it states that through the interrogations of the night, they were able to deduce, through means that he doesn't go into detail, that it was in fact only 4 of the members. That if things were to get hasty, the other 2 would remain there to remain at the ruined down tower. That is their location. It is, like I said, 5 hours out of town. The worn path that was mentioned he did actually admit through the means that it is a path that they've been working on to find their way back to it. It will lead you to them without a doubt, and they should be there gathering the things, and there's a lot of things of wealth that they needed to pick up. So they, to the best of his guess that they got out, they should still be there. He did say, if you wouldn't mind, it would be nice to go take care of those two as well. And as soon as you return with either them alive or their thumbs, your payment will be waiting.
I vote thumbs.
More food money, I'm in.
Since we know for a fact now that the tower is their location, when we get there we should try to go around so that the archers that we could assume that they are couldn't just ping us from the path. But other than that, I think we're ready to go.
Right, nothing, no dilly-dallying, just straight out of town?
Yeah, sooner the better.
So y'all start heading out of town. Time to get some travel music on.
Yeah.
Because you can socialize if you choose to on the journey. But here's some travel time. You're heading out of town in the direction of the path to look for that blood stain, so then you know the path. So it's going to take a few hours, and I don't want to just skip hours. I mean, if you guys want to talk, you need to get to know each other better as a group.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of just, my style is I'm always kind of looking towards the horizon, just always trying to be aware, especially on traveling, as to what might be approaching, doing. But, not necessarily silent, but, more of a speak. I'm not really a small talk kind of dude, nor am I against it, you know what I mean? But, that's the gunslinger way, man. Like straight up cowboy, man. You've never seen a talkative gunslinger. It's just not cool, But I'm there, and I'm jovial enough. And
Doesn't your cowboy have questions?
What's up?
I said, doesn't your cowboy have questions these days? He seems a little bit apprehensive about like everyone these days, other than his little dwarven friend he has along with him. And at this point, I'm walking around with my hands behind my head, like in the most gleeful manner after eating tons and tons of food, feeling absolutely fantastic, and enjoying the sunlight. I can't say the same for my companion behind me.
Little shadow with a cloak over her head, hiding from all rays of sun, trying to not kick the crap out of Tez in front of her for enjoying the sun.
Is there not going to be any questions during this time? I mean,
Is it just going to be banter between the two of us? Because I can do this. This would be actually hilarious.
My dwarf has nothing to ask. He had questions, but he knows it isn't the place.
Okay.
We could talk about a strategy for the tower, but that could fall short soon.
Well, strategy is best determined in the heat of battle. It's all reaction time. Isn't that right, Eddie?
Well, it's not. I agree. You have to remain sort of fluid in your decisions. But it's not bad to have an overall plan with dealing with any sort of situations.
Pay no mind to what I did yet. It does not come into play just quite yet.
If we're talking about assaulting a tower, well, then we have to keep in mind that they're going to have great visibility on us.
Right. They did mention it was in an open field.
Exactly. So, I think the best thing to do in this situation is to get our stealthiest, probably be you, Kez, to try to just look around and find, at a distance, under cover, and try to find our point of entry, which weakness we're going to exploit.
So,
If it comes down to an all-out assault, then we approach it from all sides.
I volunteer myself as the distraction to draw their arrows while you guys go up behind the tower.
Laughingly, I look over to Eddie and again pull one of my swords out and kind of just look at it back and forth and look back to him. I'm not sure I'm going to be very stealthy carrying anything at this size. Merely the shine from this could blind someone as they shoot an arrow, and then put it back on my back again. I feel as though the composition of our group tells us this is going to be more of an assault than it is going to be a strategy, which is why I said what I said before. Maybe deciding it as we go along might be for the best. Though I do like... Go ahead.
But how big of assault do we need? I'm thinking if they're trying to get out of there in a hurry, one of them's going to be trying to shuffle things out while the other one keeps guard. We have to assume there's only two, and they have the task of trying to get valuables out, if I understood that correctly.
Which is why I'm not too concerned about being in an open field. I feel like our best plan of action in this situation is speed is our friend. Move in quickly. Don't give them a chance to react. Anyone opposed?
I agree with that, but I would feel more comfortable drawing their fire.
Yeah, I
Away
think it's a
from
good
you.
point of action. We need to know how far the tree line is from the tower, though.
I guess
So you
we'll
would
find out
do
when we
my
get there.
action?
Alrighty. If nothing else notable happens,
When
You
we
guys
get
were actually-
to
go ahead.
when we get to the path, I'm going to recommend that we have a scout out front to try to find the tower before we just kind of walk outside of the tree line and see a tower.
Ready.
I'll scout.
We'll say it actually, you guys were moving a bit. You actually moved a bit faster than expected. It didn't take 4 hours to get to the spot, maybe about 3. So you were moving a bit quicker than you expected. And you definitely find the blood spot. You notice that at least Othros, your character, notices where you put the body. The body's still there. And you can locate the path that leads off fairly well. You can note it easily. I take it you all are heading down that path.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. So you start venturing down the path. Now I get to do some fun. Just a second. Because you have someone with +7, I'm using that. Jesus Christ, I need to stop doing that. Chris, you hear the pitter-patter, what sounds like 3 creatures.
Okay, guys, we've got something approaching. At least 3.
And now we get to have some fun.
Oh god.
Look at the map. We get to use tokens!
I love tokens. They
Tokens.
pretty.
Please note your character's HPs on all your tokens.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna be doing on mine too. Hells, hold on, am I not? Where's my control?
Where's my
I'm gonna be recording my in this red section. I'm gonna be recording my grit points.
Alright.
Well, we'll see if that's it.
Oh, that's not right. There we go. And we will. Let's see. I actually don't need anything else. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Alright. Actually, where's that?
All right, looks like we got the turn order up too.
Yeah, turn order.
Yeah,
that is
I'm
awesome.
gonna take a gander at it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that hard at all. You just right-click the token and you say add a turn, and it throws them on there. That's
Yeah, we'll do that.
yeah.
So, with this knowledge, we will say, are you all? Chris, did you make this known to everyone that you heard
Yes,
something?
yes. I said we've got something approaching. 3. I'm.
With that, you hear 3 distinct howls. Not wolf howls, though. It sounds. Actually, everyone roll perception check just real quick. We'll see.
Perception. Where's my? Oh, I have a thing for this.
Oh! Oh!
Oh,
See, that's why I love the physical dices. You can see that.
Did you see that on the with the physical dice just
Yeah.
did? It was like a 19, then it rolled over to a 9. Son of a bitch.
See those?
Let's see. You said it's a perception check.
Yes, it is a perception check.
Okay. So plus.
Xander, that is yours.
A +5.
Man, mostly average here.
Wait for the fail roll. Oh, what? What is this? What?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Most of you notice it's of a canine, but Prono specifically, his character, Kez, you definitely notice that it is of a feline that you dislike. Most likely a dog. Not necessarily a wolf. but you notice it's a dog sound.
Okay, we'll play into
So-
the race. I take a sniff into the air for just a brief moment.
You smell.
Something stinks.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
All right. Please note the spacing. Use your rulers to see the different. Do I have the grid on here? Let me just double check that real quick. I do not have the grid. Let me add the grid so it is a bit easier.
Oh, Bio, I'll be right back. Sorry.
So they're 10-foot. These things are 10-foot blocks.
Yes. There we go. There is now a grid point for you guys.
Okay.
So you can now use your directional keys to move your token. And this is when your speed will come into play on how far you can actually move. But, let me real quickly look at something. Okay. Of course, you know you're fighting 3 objects. It's been noted. So I'm going to do their initiative at the same time. Their initiative is going to be 1 roll. But at this time, can everybody please roll initiative?
Oh.
Oh! Oh! For who are we missing?
Chrono.
Alright. He'll be right back. Bitch. So! Ah! Oh! Snap! Hang on. I'm not looking at Chad, but Chad's probably like, you bastard! Battle
Combat music. Since we got a second, can I actually ask Chris, how do you make the orange text show up in an emote on the Roll20 in your
Slash
macros?
M.
Slash M?
Slash. Oh, I'm sorry. Slash me.
Me.
Yeah.
Alright, Chrono, I need your initiative, my friend.
Absolutely. Let's see. 1 second here. It's 4.
Oh! Was that a 20? Oh.
That was a natural 20 initiative roll. Oh, my attack rolls are gonna suck. It's the music, man.
Do.
Stacks. A damage for you, and a damage for you.
Oh, Mr. Eddie and Susanna go at the same time. 1.
Eddie would go first with the higher dex.
I hope I'm doing this turn order right.
It looks right. Chrono first. The 3 animals. I don't know what the 1, 2, 2, 2.
I
That's
think
the
it's
turn order. Gotcha. I see.
Hey,
Yes.
Hells?
Yes.
Are these animals of evil alignment?
You can't tell. You would not be able to tell, and you don't even know where they are right now.
Okay.
But
It is
as it
important to
stands,
know
it's
our
your
update.
turn. You get to go first.
Well, I don't know where they are at the moment.
All you can see is what you can see. You should only be able to see a certain amount of space.
Yep. Looks. Oh god, turn order's in my way. All right. So, Bob, you're kind of in my way. I don't want to move. Okay. So
You can
what I'll do?
sidestep.
What I'll do is I will move here to the side of Bob, and in that way I will then ready myself for any sort of attack that's coming towards us. So I'm going to bypass the rest of my turn for a reactionary turn, I guess.
Alrighty.
Oh, we're actually attacked.
It is now the enemies you cannot see. Let me real quickly check something. Oh, ready.
You shouldn't do that too much, by the way.
What?
Ignore
You
the
can see
creature.
Yeah, the arrow kind of gives away a little bit.
Maybe I'm doing range to check something.
No, just saying. That's why I didn't play off of. You don't see me running that direction, do you?
All right, their turns are up. It is now Othro's turn.
I'm gonna hold my action to the end of the round.
Alrighty, it is now Argos' turn.
The bracing. I like it.
Okay. I want to take 30 movement to 30, but I want to kind of reveal what I see on the way. Is that possible?
Oh, most definitely. You will definitely be revealing as you go. It's not going to be pretty, but
And so there's 15.
okay.
Here's my other 15.
You do see one shape. It appears to be a canine. You do not see any others. The other party members do not see this unless you yell to them and tell them.
There's a dog.
Alright, you all know there's a dog.
Can I take my reactionary turn?
Sure, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said 2 counts is so that'd be 15. Wait, would that actually no, that'd be moving from diagonal one to the next. What would that count as? Would it count as
It's 10.
feet then? Okay.
Yeah, everything around would be 10.
Okay. Oh, I pinged myself. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then at that
Alrighty.
point, then bracing myself as well.
We'll say since you're a cat folk, you have a bit more range, so Shazam! Because, oh, damn it. Might be good to have it revealed.
I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm
Yeah!
gonna yell out, I see 3.
Alright, so y'all know this. Chris, it is now your turn!
Okay, these bushes here, I mean, we're looking at a path. We can't traverse through these bushes here, right? That
Yeah,
would
you
be...
totally can. It just hinders your movement a little bit.
It's going to hinder your movement a bit. Okay, let's see. And you said these are 10.
Yes.
So I basically have to be, they have to be within 2 blocks. Or there can be up to 2 blocks between me and a target to be able to
Yes.
get range, right?
Yes.
So, okay. And I can move up to 60 in a round, right? So,
Whatever your speed is.
yeah.
You can move more than your speed. You can actually move twice your speed and still make a standard action, which is an attack.
Right, that's right, that's right.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my... I'm gonna fall in right behind Crazy right here.
Alright.
And that'll be my turn.
Suzanne, it is now your turn.
Okay. Can I just... why can't I do anything?
Yep, you should just be able to click the arrow at the upper left. And then once you move, click
Or
that
arrow keys.
Can you
No.
arrow key these dudes?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can arrow key, yep.
Okay.
Do I have to do anything else?
Oh snap!
No.
I can arrow key.
You're in position. I mean, if you
So,
want to do anything. Alright. So, it is now up back
There are
to you.
Off blood magic or anything like that. Bracing myself
No,
for the attack.
I since I held my action, I still have an act.
Go ahead. If you want to act. Ooh, sorry.
What is this? XCOM? Everyone move in formation?
Yep.
Form up!
Pretty much.
Form up and roll well!
You know, I love XCOM. So
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So good.
I just moved twice my speed and held.
All right. Now it is your turn.
Okay. I'm actually gonna hold my place to save my turn towards the end for a reactionary.
Alrighty.
And this actually should call it. Instead of taking a movement, I'll take one action or a 1 point to draw my second blade, and then save for the rest of the turn.
Alrighty. Now it's these guys' turn. Oh, I'm on reveal seal. Whoop-de-doo.
Hold.
Hold! Hold!
I need to do a quick note of stuffs.
Chris, the nickname of this character is going to be Combo. It's just combos, all times. Combo!
I like it.
Get some sound bits. Be like, oh, draw combo.
Oh my god, that's always the greatest thing ever.
Alright, so it is now their turn. We will start with this guy. That's
Exactly.
3, 4, because I can't do diagonals with this.
Not to interrupt, but I said Striker says it best. Hold the line. We must hold the line!
Alright, their turns is up. It is now your turn, Mr. Ulthros.
Bastards.
If you try to move to their side, you will provoke an attack of opportunity by going into this square.
Actually, I have an issue with this having 10-foot range because I use a reach weapon. Normally, to engage somebody in combat, you're within 5 foot. I can be within 10 foot. So if we were set up every 5, I would have a 5 foot space in between and would not put an attack of opportunity as long as I stayed outside of that box.
Okay, you can move there, and I'll note that. Yeah, I'll note that. No problem.
Are we also using the 5 foot step rule?
Refresh me on the 5 foot step rule.
5 feet step in combat don't provoke attacks of opportunity?
Sure. We are, indeed.
Okay, so by moving to this box here, I would still be able to attack, or I guess it's up to you.
Yes,
because
you
that's
would.
10 foot away. Okay.
Yes, you would be able to attack. And we will note that since this is on a grid of 10, you will not provoke an opportunity unless you were to state you ran up right next to him. So, my kind sir, roll to hit.
No. It wanted to be an 18.
And 10
You miss. Your spear.
I am going to go ahead and use one of my special abilities called Do Over. 7 times per day, I can re-roll one skill check or attack, and I have to take the second.
All right.
Wait, what is it called?
Do Over.
Do-Over.
It's a domain ability for a cleric.
Ah, clerics.
Oh!
Much better result.
Does your spear have a crit of 19?
No, it's only 20.
Okay, then you hit the bastard. Your spear strikes 2.
Alright, for 7 damage.
Right.
7. Oh my. You bastard. You bastard. You just. Your spear just strikes so true. It knocks this animal down cold. The ones with crosses are no longer in battle. They are finito, dead.
I'll scream in rage as the spear sinks into his flesh.
So, guys,
Yeah, what a cleric.
Just a quick question. How do you visualize that do-over happening?
So it's like divine intervention.
Right.
So I'm going to attack, and let's say I go low, but for some reason my god communes with me, and so I decided to go high at the last moment and strike true.
Ah, okay.
It's
okay,
mid.
okay.
It's mid as he's going. He would
Choirs
have.
of angels, pillars of
If he
light.
didn't do it, he would have struck right into the ground. But
What actually
we'll say
happened
because
was
one of his domains happens to be time. Time kind of froze for a mid-second. He got this like feeling that I should aim up.
I'm a follower of Zach Morris. I simply stroke, and I was like, it's second hit, and I go, time out.
That's what I was-
It was a big. It was a big. There was a referee throwing a flag down, saying, "Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait." All right. Anyway, it is now Mr. Argos' turn.
These freaking wolves need to get in combat range already.
Right.
One
I'm
combo.
going to take a
Since-
5 foot step to engage the wolves.
Since there are 2, The black one will get attack of opportunity because it is closer to you.
Go for it.
Yeah, like I said,
Bring it.
I could just let me take a quick. I didn't even take a gander at this. Oh, well, they have a chance. If they get a natural 20, they got a chance. They got a chance. You know, just for shits and giggles, I'll roll this and let you guys see it, just to see, because I want to be fair. I believe it is. Let me double check. Yes, if they get a nat 20, they would auto hit you. And there's no go. He tries to bite you, but you pop him in the shield. You pop him in the face with your shield.
And then stab him with my rapier.
Which one? Are you attacking the one that attacked you, or are you attacking the...
I guess I'm going to attack the one in front of me.
Alright, roll your attack, sir.
That's a crit.
You have a crit of 19?
I have a crit of 18, 19, and 20.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
well,
rapier.
confirm it.
Rapier.
Confirm it.
Beautiful, beautiful thing.
Oh, no confirm.
No confirm.
That's okay.
No confirm. Wait, hang on. If you can find a reason, I can give you 3.
Nah, it's cool. He
5
takes 5.
damage. Again, your rapier just tears through this rabid, what you can imagine as a dog. Easy, and just falls down, lifeless.
And so the black one is taken down and the one in front of him is taken down then?
No, the 2 whites are taken down. The black one is still in combat.
Okay.
Not even. So, Mr. Eddie, it is now your turn.
Okay. I can't take a shot unless there's 2 squares. So I can move up to, say, here
Ping it.
and be able to take
That would be
8.
3. What's your range? It's 20.
My range is 20.
Let me take a quick gander.
So,
From there, no, you would have to be here.
Gotcha,
When
gotcha.
Doing ping. Yeah, you'd have to be here
okay.
to take your shot.
Or here.
That triple ping go?
Or there, yes, you could stack on top of a dead body. Yes.
I think I'm gonna do that.
All right.
So go like that. I'm just gonna take a regular point blank shot. I'm not gonna do any of this. I'm not gonna use a grit point right now.
All right. Roll your hit, sir.
Oh,
Ooh, barely by the skin of your teeth. Your bullet strikes true, sir.
Ooh.
Roll for the damage. You nail the beast, but through amazement, this beast seems to be a bit stronger and is not yet defeated. He is, however, weak, and because of that, he scoots back just a little bit out of sheer just from being shot by a weapon and hearing the noise. and he is turned to run.
No,
It is now Miss Cruzette's turn. Susanna gets to go. What does Miss Susanna do?
Magic missile.
Magic missile. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that does not miss, does it?
it never does. Somehow.
Roll for your damage. Strike that fucker with a fireball.
Do I have any modifiers for it?
I don't think so. It's just magic missile. Whatever the damage is that, you roll that damage. Why can't I bring it up, you stupid thing? There we go. You conjure the spell up in your hand and you release a magical firebolt that scares the shit out of Eddie, because he's never seen this before. But it just hits the rear end of that monster and it falls over in a smoky pile.
I look over at Cruz. What the fuck?
You've never seen that before?
So with that, you have defeated the 3 feral dogs and continue continue on your journey.
I put away both my weapons and look back at him, and you wonder, and I stop. Never mind.
Anybody want the meat before we move along? Or want to come back for the meat?
That's all you.
I look down at them. I don't eat trash.
That's not for me. I'm good, personally.
Yeah.
I'm not above eating dog, but
You have plenty of food.
I'm more like yeah. I'd rather just kind of I'd leave them, you know. Stick to the mission.
The time, as you guys note, it's not necessarily noon, but you can tell you maybe have hour or two before the sun is at high noon. So you continue down the path.
Yep.
All right. As you continue down the path, are you all going slowly? I imagine on guard, on point.
I'm always point.
Everybody.
I want to make it a note.
One.
I let the party know that like part of our gunslinger training, we are more perceptive to things more so than most people, and what that means, translating to you guys in a player-to-player sort of way, is guys, I do get a +7 to my perception checks. Is what I'm saying. So unless somebody's got a better perception, I don't mind taking point.
I was right behind you. I've got a +5, so feel free. Lead on, sir.
Right. So let's make that. Now, if there's anything, distance requirement. I mean, I think I'm going to be, unless it's approaching from the sides or the back. I should have a better opportunity to see things coming forward than most. But that's up to your discretion.
Mind if I walk next to you in case I need to block an arrow?
That's probably pretty good. You know what I mean? But
All right. With that said,
what I'm telling Argos is, that won't be necessary. I've got a few tricks of my own, too, and I give him a little wink.
All right.
I'm gonna laugh when you're wearing an arrow later.
The party. Okay, you guys are walking down this trail. I would imagine kind of at a slow pace. Chris, you hear off in the distance. You hear what sounds that you almost can mistake it as maybe horse noises.
Like what? Horse noises?
Yeah, like a horse, like just some horses making some noise. Like
okay, I just draw. That's kind of like my symbol, me letting you guys know that there's something approaching now. Probably picked that up right now, but I draw my pistols, and I that's also my way of kind of saying like halt, like we've got some movement ahead, and kind of just stand at attention,
Okay, I'll draw one of my weapons then.
Yeah.
No, I've been walking with my spear out, so.
Yes, I know you guys can't see shit right now, but
It's all good.
Not a bit. Can't say shit, Captain.
here you guys go. You come upon a break in the pass. You guys, we'll say you guys are still in some tree coverage. I would imagine that's what you're doing. You notice, I am unmuted, right? Yeah. Whoa! I did not mean to press that button. Anyway, we'll say you're able to clearly see what looks to be, because this is an open field. There's not really much to hide behind, but you definitely can see a broken down, kind of fort-looking thing. And just because I didn't have the time to look up the tokens for it, there are 2 horses on a carriage that looks to be filled with stuff. But that is all you see right now.
Okay.
Reposition your guys' self real quick to how it is. I believe Argos, your character is fine. Chris, you would need to be
A little bit
where I
forward.
was.
Do I have the grid on here? I can't.
I can't actually. I can't move my character. Yeah, there's no grid.
All right. Well, this one won't have a grid, just so you'll have to drag them. But yes, please.
I guess I would be about
Where? Hang on. I need to change. Actually, that is not correct. That should not be the. There. Now I'll start using the arrow. This one's a little bit more accurate. There is a grid on the map. I just didn't put one because I didn't know how it was to end up. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess in this situation, what we do is probably take up formation and take up point. Since Argos said multiple times he would rather be a distraction, to take a shot for someone else as he goes out, I kind of jokingly say to him, "Well, here's your chance. If you want to go left, I'll go right."
Argos and Eddie, do a perception check real quick, since you are the front lines. Okay, Mr. Eddie.
Oh my goodness, that was terrible.
You'd be glad you have that +7, man.
All right. Okay, just keep on doing what you're doing. Yeah, are you moving forward or are you standing?
Well, am I going left then?
I said I'll go right. if you go
There's
left.
there's no initiative right now. It's just you see a tower and you see a cart that's potentially being filled with stuff. That's all you see.
All right. Well, we're gonna look to our. Oh, I was going off of base.
Standing right here, you have an arrow shoot towards you from this direction.
Standing
Mr.
right here.
Argos. Where Mr. Argos is, 'cause he moved his character over here. And I'm putting him. Try and stay within the grid line. I know that I don't have one. Try and stay there as a reference for blocks. They are 5 feet now. But when you walked over to where you were walking, right here at that point, and I'm not even going to bother rolling the hit because it probably failed. Anyway,
Go ahead. Give him a chance.
Fine. Well, he does have surprise on you because you're not expecting it from the direction that's coming. So that helps.
Yeah, technically. What is your flat-footed AC?
I wouldn't be flat-footed in this situation.
Would you not? Just moving and then you have an arrow come at you out of nowhere?
Yeah,
Just
but
taken
he's
by
still
surprise.
standing at attention.
It's not like I'm unaware of possible combat, but
I guess
I don't know what. I don't know what
you would
negative
expect it more
modifier.
to come from. You would expect it more coming from the tower itself, not from right over here
Right.
in this direction.
I don't know what you want to do then. What do you want to take off?
Cool. Do you have a flat-footed AC?
We'll do flank. It's just a flank, not surprise.
My flat-footed is 18.
Your flat-footed is 18.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter then. This flat-footed is 18. It does not matter. My freaking flat-foot is 12.
Actually, it would matter if his flat-footed was used.
I mean, it's an 18.
This character also rolled an 18.
Oh, dear God, they actually got a hidden? What?
Doesn't the defender win on a tie?
Technically winning, yeah. I do believe defender wins on an attack.
All right, an arrow just scratches on your armor. You notice it, and you notice it came from that direction. With that in mind, since you stepped forward, Mr. Chrono, you see the target. No one else sees the target, but you saw the target.
Is he in the tree or behind it?
He is kind of both. He's behind and up on a branch.
Okay.
Are we
But-
still doing non-combat actions since I haven't done anything?
Right now, since he has been spotted, we will roll for initiative, and I will do the same as I did for before with them. I will do their initiatives.
Could I
Same.
request an action that's done while Crazy Bob and Kronos is
Yes,
are making
go ahead.
their action?
If you guys want to move or anything, you still can. We'll have this all be like a move. It'll be a round. This was a round that wasn't predetermined by initiative rolls.
All right, so I'm gonna walk up to Edward and pat him on the back and say, "You'll do well this time," and I'm going to cast guidance on him.
Okay, for those that may not know, including me, because what does guidance do? So also that he can note it when it comes to any rolls.
Right. For 1 minute,
Which I
which will
believe-
be the battle.
Yeah.
He gets a +1 on a single attack roll, saving throw, or skill check.
Alrighty.
+1 on just a single one of my choice,
Um,
or just for the first one.
Have you,
You-
have
what happens is you choose to use the bonus beforehand.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I am a superstitious person, so do I have to roll?
roll a
It says whenever you are affected by a harmless spell, there is a 50% chance that you must roll a saving throw to prevent the effect. So I basically roll like the D20 first. If it's above 10,
No, that would actually be a D100.
D100. Okay. So I'll roll
And
a D1.
I would say if it's 50 or higher, you succeed and
I
don't need to do
succeed.
it. And if it's 50 or below, you have to do a saving
Okay.
throw for it. Yeah.
This is fun. This is the whole reason I took this. So roll D100. I rolled a
Oh!
9. Wow.
You have to roll a saving throw.
So now I have to do a saving throw for.
Is that for?
It's for willpower.
Willpower? Okay, do
It's
a willpower.
hold on. Let me double check. It is.
What is spells?
Yeah, it says you must roll a saving throw to prevent that effect.
Which would be...
On
what
this
is-
one, it's willpower negates, and it'll have a DC of 14.
All right,
Okay.
willpower. So okay, mine's +3. So let's do a D20 +3.
That D100 roll, though, that's shitty.
Yeah. Oh, saving throw.
So he has to beat... Ooh.
Oh.
He had to beat
That
your...
means it works.
No, that means it works. It's actually good. So he gets his
All
plus
right,
one
so you get
on
your
any
plus,
of the three.
you get your +1.
Great. Awesome.
All right, now
Thanks, buddy.
roll initiatives after you all make your movements because you will get a free movement. So Cruzette, if you want to move your character, go ahead and do so.
Can I finish my initial movement?
Yes, finish your. You now go back to where you were. Whoa, D100. What is this tomfoolery?
Yeah, I hit the wrong one.
Jesus. All right, let me keep track here for just a second. Kez rolled a 19. Eddie rolled an 8. Argos rolled an 18, and Bothros rolled a 20. Miss Suzanne, what is your...
AFK at the moment.
Ah, she's AFK. My bad.
Dim Ninja AFKs.
As it stands, unless she rolls higher. Our first will be Ha. Our second, as of right now, would be Shazam. Oh, it's just going to completely screw that up. Anyway, whatever. We'll add them all as we go. Then it is... And then... Boo-doo-doo. That's not where he goes. I actually need to... Okay, he goes... Shazam. Do. Oh! Because this... I will tell you guys this now. This is the last fight. This is the last fight of the night. So just because I feel generous, it's boss fight music. And I will note this in chat. I want to see who can name this song.
And if you don't name it, I kill you. Simple as that.
Just that hard rock. Doesn't it just get you in the mood to like pull some badassery?
Absolutely. I feel as though if I fail with this music playing, I failed everyone. The irony of what I was about to say was, since he was up on that branch, I was gonna run in, and before I actually got my attack, I was actually going to pass my turn. When does Chris go on this list?
Chris goes
Oh.
after him.
I had a
After-
terrible initiative roll.
Yeah, he got terrible initiative roll.
So
And I
Walter's-
took a trait that gave me a +2 to initiative rolls.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
My race has a +2 to initiative rolls, and I took my dex is a +2 to initiative rolls. I didn't take any traits for it though.
Pretty sick trait. It's called
How many people do we have watching right now?
it's called reactionary. About 57 people, according to my thing.
Nice.
Good numbers. I mean, we're talking about 4:44 a.m. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
tell me about it, dude.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, it'll wrap up. Like,
Oh
I'll
no
let
no
you
no
guys
no no
know.
no no no. That's
You're
I'm
good,
not
Charlie.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think that's pretty. I think that's great for where we're at right now. No, dude. I have no problem. With
Yeah, I'm
late
only
D&D
down 'cause,
on a Friday night. This is like the best night for it.
Mm-hmm. No, I screwed myself up yesterday, dude. It has nothing to do with today.
Yeah, I'm wide awake too.
But
We
I
were
have to
all
get up
awake
and-
past this time yesterday, so it's no thing. for
Yeah,
this
Chris,
group.
but I
Okay,
went to
and
work
I'm
the next
drinking.
day,
I'm
too.
drinking this shit. So
Yeah.
But Chris,
is
the
like-
problem was I went to work the next day too. Like
Yeah,
I
you're
went to bed. I
crazy.
think at
This
7.
is like real. This is actually real Insomniac D&D. The other one isn't. It's really daytime D&D. You know what I mean? This is
Oh, she's
true.
back!
Grandma Blanket joined us again. How are
Miss
you?
Cruzette, would you please roll your initiative for me? And you are allowed a free movement, so you can do a movement right now.
Whoa!
Ooh!
Why you blowing my initiative out the water?
She ties with
The
Miss-
only good roll I have.